What's up, everybody? Cassidy Haynes here with Bodyslam.net. Episode 1 of our GCW Road to Hammerstein Interview Series, and we're here with Charlie Tiger. What's up, buddy? Mike Hamley, you're joining us. Another one of he does the GCW post shows with us, so he's stepping in to kick these off with us. But man, it's good seeing you, buddy. I haven't seen you in a couple months. How you been?
Oh yeah, man. Dude, I'm feeling good, bro. How are you feeling?
Good. I'm excited. Looking forward to this. And we got just under 12 days, something like that.
Yeah, definitely less than 14. Less than a fortnight, man.
Yeah,
there, bro.
A week from this Sunday.
Yep.
Yeah, dude. So that's awesome. I'm looking forward to it, man. But you've been busy, bro. We covered some of your stuff last couple of weeks. You had some matches. Where was that? Like you're in Atlantic? Was that Atlantic City 2 weeks ago?
We've been killing it at the Showboat recently. Hybrid Wrestling, GCW, Jersey Championship Wrestling. They've been running it, man. The carousel room, it's the littest there, bro. I swear to God, like when you walk in to the carousel room in the Showboat Hotel, like there's a vibe to it. You know, you see everything, you feel it.
It looks like a hell of a place to watch, like to actually attend a show at.
Yeah.
No, it is. That's actually where we met. I think, or was it Chicago? Yeah, we were in Chicago. We met in Chicago. But yeah, the carousel room. I love that venue, dude. It's really cool. It's unique. Like it's got a good look to it. It's got a good aesthetic. And it's like I said,
not a lot of venues look like that. Like now
they don't, man. And it's becoming known too. It's got a good look for it that people are starting to recognize.
Should be an opera in there or something. Like,
yeah, it's fun.
Majestic.
That ceiling looks amazing every time they pan. Every time they got the camera on the floor and it kind of pans up and you see that colored ceiling, it looks amazing in there.
Oh yeah.
So we'll get back into some GCW stuff. Let's push what you got going on this weekend because we'll probably have this out before the weekend. So this weekend is you said on the 15th. That's Saturday, right?
Yeah, Saturday.
Yeah. So you'll be unsanctioned pro. Where is that? Where's that going to be?
Unsanctioned pro. It's going to be in Columbus, Ohio. They've been running it there in the capital city of Ohio. It's going to be the Valleydale Ballroom. First show there. It's going to be lit, bro. Like I said, the Showboat was cool, but this place looks pretty dope too. Like I've seen the pictures. I ain't been there before, but I think it's going to be fun.
Do you know if it's going to be streaming anywhere?
I think it's going to be maybe not live. If it is live, it'd be on IWTV. But if it's not live, I think they do a post-edit release on IWTV.
That's what's up. Shit, Mike, what do you got? You had some questions you wanted to throw. We'll start with you, man. What do you got for Charlie?
Actually, while we're on the topic, like some new venues. You're seeing them a lot. You get more excited or nervous when it's like, oh, I wonder what the back. What's the accommodations like here?
Like when you walk into a new venue.
Yeah. I
mean, to be honest, man, like I've been wrestling. In the independent scene for about 5 years. Like you never know what to expect when you walk into a locker room. So, like stuff definitely surprises you, but I don't know if it's ever really gonna throw me off my game because that's just the nature of professional wrestling. It's constantly getting thrown off your game, but sticking in it.
Adapt and overcome.
Mm-hmm.
Want to get into your background a bit first, though. What brought you to wrestling? Were you watching all the way from childhood, or? Yeah.
Okay, so it's a little different than what I think what most people would say, but I started watching professional wrestling when I was, I think, 13. The first time I ever really seen it. Like I knew what wrestling was my whole life. I knew Hulk Hogan, Randy Savage, Ric Flair, because like those are names like synonymous with like, everyone knows those guys.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was 13, I started like wrestling for school, folk style. And my friend Ellis Taylor, I'm sure you guys have heard of him, Young, Dumb, and Broke. He got me into wrestling. He was like, "Oh, you should try wrestling. Like it's fun." I was like, "All right, dude, fuck it." And fucking wrestling, it's a great time, great exercise. And one day after practice, I was watching. He put on Raw. It was the night after Daniel Bryan won the WWE World. No, it was Randy Orton. He had the crooked ref, Scott Armstrong, screwed Daniel Bryan over, and he fucking caught him with the RKO on television. It fucking blew me away. I was like, holy shit, like, what was that? And Bryan was just like fucking hurt as hell. And I started watching after that, and I just fell into it, fell in love with it. I was like, man, this shit is the dopest, fucking. And that was right when the WWE Network came out, so I had access to everything, like that the WWE did. I was like, man, like I could just watch whatever the fuck I wanted. And maybe like a year and a half or 2 years after that, I was like, man, I kind of want, like, I want to do this shit. Like, fuck it, what's stopping me? You know, like we all fucked around, young, dumb, and broke. You know, we were pulling stunts in the backyard, some might say, but you know, we all started wrestling together. You know, we came up together.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. You guys grew up together, like high school and stuff, for the most part, right? Or at least you and Ellis.
Yeah, me, Ellis Taylor, and Griffin McCoy, we all took the same bus to school.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, that's like way back then.
Bus 16, man, that shit was a wild ride. I'll tell you what.
You're from Pennsylvania, right?
Yeah, I live out in the Philadelphia metropolitan area.
That's what's up.
Yeah, fucking. And then we met Jordan around, we were like 15, 16. You know, we just fucking bonded from there. Brothers, you know, wrestling creates brothers. I'll tell you what, you know.
Dude, it does. Wrestling family's a thing. I tell people that all the time, man. Yeah, man. It's a bond that you get through wrestling. It's not like anything else, man. Even just through fans, just people talking about wrestling. You know, I mean, some of the best friendships I've ever had have been through wrestling, man. So no, I agree. It's awesome. Yeah, you were talking about Young, Dumb, and Broke. Now you can't be. You got to be getting a little bit smarter, and you know you probably made some money now, and you're not as you've grown. But how long is that gimmick going to ride? How long are you going to be able to be young, dumb, and broke before people are like, dude, you're not young anymore, and we know you're not dumb, and you definitely got some money now.
Old, paid, and rich.
Yeah, old, paid, and rich.
We're all like 21, 22. So we're going to be young for at least, you know, 3 or 4 more years at least.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, you can milk that. So you're still young.
And like, I mean, you think about like perspective, like, you know, like age is just a number. Like you can be young forever, you know.
That's
especially
true.
if you got a lot of money, you know.
There you go. Yeah, see, I don't feel old. Even though I am old, I still forget it sometimes, man. I forget that I'm actually almost 40 now. But yeah.
Dude, you look younger than 40, I'll tell you what.
I appreciate that, man. I do. I really do, especially being the fact that it's sneaking up on my birthday's shit. So when you guys are going to be in Atlanta, I hope you're in Atlanta because that's like 3 days after my birthday. So the Atlanta debut, that weekend will be fun because I'll be down there. I'm going to be –
yeah.
We'll have some fun. That's Effie's hometown, too. We've already been chatting.
Yeah, I love wrestling in Atlanta, man. Fucking –
Cass will be off the clock for those shows.
Dude, as Charlie knows, I'm off the clock a lot of times when I'm there. I'm like, I clock out as soon as that last bell rings. I'm like, and we're done. That's actually
for a show.
Dude, yeah. We have fun. We have fun. We definitely do.
That's what wrestling's for. Having fun.
Yeah. What Mike, what else you got here? I'm gonna pull up some more stuff here because I'm a little less organized, but I think you had some more questions for Charlie. What you got next?
Absolutely. You touched upon how long you've known, you know, Ellis, Jordan, and Griffin before. You know, it's got to be pretty fun actually coming up as wrestlers all together. Like it's, you know, your high school pack of friends basically, and now you're just, you know, starting this career path off together. What's that been like, watching them grow and growing with them?
I mean, I don't know, you know, it's just life. Like I've just been enjoying it for the past couple of years, you know, getting the opportunities I get, you know, just trying to make the most out of them. Fucking like, I'm trying to elaborate on that real quick. You know, like I feel like, you know, when you have your boys around you, it's kind of like gives you an edge. You know, because you're watching each other's back.
Support system.
No one can fuck with you.
Yeah.
Strength in numbers, kind of too, almost.
Yeah. Absolutely. Built-in stable.
We're all unit. So.
Perfect.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about that. You've been in a lot of multi-man matches too. Like, do you enjoy doing those more? Because you guys do trios matches a lot. Do you prefer doing the trios and tag matches, or do you like doing single stuff more? What's your preference, or do you have a preference?
I definitely like wrestling singles matches probably the most, but like I love wrestling like 6-man tags and like regular tag matches. But I think just like for my own personal benefit, like wrestling singles matches on a regular basis. Probably the best thing to do.
Yeah. Is that the kind of the dynamic you guys are you're going to try to go with it? Have maybe they do the tag stuff and you do the singles, and then kind of like Jordan.
More like, you know, we're all fucking lit as hell.
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah.
Feel it anywhere.
That works.
We can do it all.
Yeah. Mike, you got anything else? Right? I know you got some more stuff, man. You were loaded up. I saw your questions, man. So what you got next for him there, brother? We'll take turns.
Yeah. So, all right. Your first few, so you know, coming up with your friends, your first few matches, actually, I noticed you happen to have a lot of matches against Ellis, and it, what's the dynamic like? Going in there with a homie versus someone that you just booked against that you're not too familiar with.
Well, I mean, we've been punching and kicking and throwing each other, again for like 6 years, probably 4-5 years. Like, we're very familiar with each other, so it makes a very interesting thing to watch. When you got these guys that know each other going toe to toe. In terms of wrestling someone like I don't know, I'm comfortable enough with myself. I think I can have a great match with anybody. But it's definitely you're definitely coming in a little more careful. You're not coming in a little more reckless. Let's say.
Do you think it benefited, like you said, starting out wrestling some of your first matches with someone you were so familiar with that you'd grown up with, as opposed to somebody that you weren't as comfortable with in the ring? Do you think that helped kind of get you more comfortable in the ring, and acclimated in front of a live crowd, basically, before you stepped out and started wrestling people that you, like I said, that you weren't, that you didn't know or you weren't comfortable with in the ring yet?
There is probably some benefit to that, but there is also a lot of very valuable experience, getting thrown into the fire pit, let's say,
Yeah, that's what's up.
Speaking of the fire pit, your most recent match was at Till Infinity on New Year's Eve.
Mm-hmm.
You had a trios match against SGC.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that one.
Young
Whitey and Beavers SGC.
Absolutely. How did it feel like getting out there on pay-per-view against GCW mainstays like Effie, AJ, Matt Justice? Because you guys, it was a banger.
Oh yeah, dude. But the last time I wrestled on GCW, a main status Game Changer Wrestling show, was March 12th, 2020. Like basically the day that the world shut down, and I wrestled with my bros Griffin and Ellis against 440. And I tried to go in because that was basically the last time I thought I might be able to wrestle. I just had one of the biggest opportunities in my career thrown out the window. But to get back in there on New Year's Eve, kick off the fucking New Year right with my dudes against motherfuckers AJ Gray, Effie, Matt Justice. I mean, AJ and Matt are tanks, and Effie is a whole different animal. That's coming from a tiger.
Dude.
But
bro, I'm taking chops from you, Effie, AJ. Like Justice is the only one that I hadn't, in that point. So
that sounds like a Hammerstein.
Dude, we're gonna line them up. We're gonna line some up. I needed to get that done, and yeah, so that's definitely gonna happen. I need to get Griffin and Ellis too, because we didn't. For some reason, I don't know how that didn't happen at Showboat last time. I got you and Jordan, but didn't get the rest of the guys. I don't know what happened there.
You didn't want to overdo it. You gotta.
I mean, I was trying to fucking put as many in the can as I could. I wasn't really worried about that. I think we just caught too much of a buzz or something and forgot. I don't know. We were all having a good time that weekend. I think that's what happened.
You actually, you're talking about being in there with Justice and Effie and AJ. That there was a good section of that match that you in particular had a real good one-on-one moment with AJ, and you guys were just teeing off on each other for a bit. Is that a singles match that you'd like to undertake in the future?
I think that's something that needs to happen in the future. I mean, I first peeped AJ Gray, maybe 2017 probably, and then he's definitely evolved since then. But I think I think a lot of other people saw what happened in there. I think we need to go at it one-on-one. Settle.
That'd be fun, man. Shit, I'll call him out on Twitter. That's usually all it takes. It looks like shit. You saw him call out
he has way more followers. They're gonna fuck me up, dude. I gotta come in with the heat after I beat his ass.
Okay, that works.
I think you just got to show a clip of getting a move in on him in that trios match, and just ask for it. Just ask for it.
That's what's up. Shit, man. Let's see. You talked. We're gonna go back. You talked about starting getting into wrestling when you were 13. So that's like middle school. So for you, that it's pretty recent. Because you said it was when Daniel Bryan was just winning the belt and all that Randy Orton stuff.
Champions 2013.
what about like? So, did you go to a lot of live shows as a kid growing up? And because it's different, because now as a wrestler, watching matches there at the arena, or at the venue or whatever when you're there is a little different than as a fan. Is there a match that you enjoyed watching live as a kid, or whatever? What's your favorite one of those? And is there another one that you watch as a wrestler, like in the back of the locker room? And what are those? And what's the difference like between watching a match as someone now that a wrestler as opposed to a kid and a fan before?
Yeah, there's definitely a big dichotomy between watching wrestling as a ignorant fan and watching wrestling as like a in the business wrestler. But like the live shows, the first live show is probably like a WWE house show and local to me. But fairly recently after that, me and the boys started hitting like CZW shows and a couple other indies. But the first indie show I ever went to was CZW 16, and there was a huge blizzard, and like we're like, yo, like we can't get there, but like we made Ellis's dad drive us there with all-wheel drive through the snow, and we got there, and it was freaking epic. The main event was the Young Bucks versus OI 4K, and that match was freaking awesome. Some a lot of other cool stuff on it. That was my first indie show, so it was totally different, but it was like you felt the raw energy that was there. And it was just I ate it up. Fucking Ring of Honor in the same venue, the 2300 Arena. It was Final Battle 2015. That was AJ Styles versus Jay Lethal for the Ring of Honor Championship. In that match, yeah, definitely one of the top 5 matches I've seen live. I didn't, seen so many matches now. It's like, damn, like how do you even make a list? But more recently, matches that I've seen, definitely been a lot of bangers. It's gonna be hard to remember a specific one though.
Like Wrestle Kingdom just happened. Like there's so much good stuff lately.
I wasn't there live though, but that was
the 2300 Arena. Speaking of that, I mean, I love that venue. I've been able to go there a few times. Traveled from North Carolina up there. I went most recently was one of the was a Ring of Honor show there back in September. I think I did. I don't know which one it was. I've forgotten now, but I did that, and then I went to some House of Hardcore stuff there. Did you do any of those by any chance when Tommy was running there in Philly a couple years back?
Wrestle go as a fan.
Either one. Did you go when you're a kid?
As a fan, I've never been there. Like we saw the posters sometimes. Well, that'd be cool, but we've never bought tickets. But as a wrestler, I mean, I technically wrestle for House of Hardcore because I've done a couple of Comic Cons in the Philadelphia Convention Center and Keystone Comic Con for Tommy, and that was always really fun. Just wrestling a bunch of people come for the Comic Con. Always a fun time. Get to walk around, play some video games.
Nice, yeah. I enjoy that stuff. That's always fun. I liked. That's one thing I missed from the pandemic. I'm glad everything's kind of it was getting back to normal, but everything's kind of messing up again. So I have to see how that goes. It was conventions and stuff. I hope that the collective, we got that soon. I hope that keeps coming. Plans don't go off the rails for that.
Yeah,
we got WrestleCon down there.
I want those border restrictions to loosen up so I can do a little bit more traveling down to the States, or alternatively any wrestling company to actually come to like Toronto so I haven't seen live wrestling. Well, like, God, it's been the whole pandemic and then a few years on top of that for me just anyway. But
I love wrestling in Canada.
When was the last time you were up there?
Yeah,
I've only been there a couple times. I think every time I was for C4. Was it like February 2020, and then I was there in like 2019, maybe twice.
Okay, so that was more up in the that was more up probably like Ottawa, Montreal area.
I went to Toronto once though for a big time wrestling show.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So Toronto, it really blew me away. That city's so nice.
It's a good place. It's a good place.
New York with no trash.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you know what? I've always thought that, seeing New York on television. I'm like, they look really similar and just a little cleaner maybe in Toronto, but like, I guess to hear it, that kind of validates the opinion.
Yeah, I can assume that being true. I've never been. I don't think I'm allowed to go to Canada. Well, that's another story. Either. Dude, I'm a felon. But dude, whatever.
You're a felon?
Our weed. I got weed charges, bro. I got weed charges in North Carolina. North Carolina. Down here in the Bible Belt, bro. It's not the same as it is in other places.
Which is crazy, mind you, because it's completely legal here federally now anyway.
Yeah.
Like I can go to a store and buy it.
right?
So,
yeah,
like-
but having a weed charge in the felony weed charge
Yeah.
in the United States, I can't travel.
If I was the
because-
president, I
So
would give you a fucking pardon.
That's like
Absolutely.
that's like the two things you can do. I had to look it up. Either go to a class or something like that, and it's like a 3-week or 3-month class. But I have to pretty much sit like at the border, like and do like stay in their little housing thing. You have to go to even let in. Like you have to go to like some class that they teach there to like get your permission slip to get approved, and you might not even get approved once you even do it, or just like request special counsel with the prime minister, and then him like grant you or whatever. But I don't think he's going to be like, so you want to come watch wrestling? Approved. Like, that just doesn't seem like it's enough to give it to be, you know what I mean, to even worry about. So one day, but yeah, man. Yeah, what were you saying, Mike? Sorry about that. I didn't mean to cut you off, buddy.
This is my petition for somebody to start slipping, slipping some indie tapes over onto the prime minister's desk. Show him what's up, what he's missing out on.
Dude, no kidding, right? So I got a question for you. So this is one that somebody sent in to me, and I don't really know the backstory and the context. So this might be a completely fucking stupid question, but it might be something that you understand more than me. What is your stance on McDonald's eggnog milkshakes?
Is that new?
I have no idea.
I've heard of the Shamrock Shake, but never heard of the eggnog.
Shamrock
shake.
shakes are good.
I guess
I
it was in
love
the
eggnog.
holidays.
Eggnog is a delicious beverage when it's made in your home from scratch.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where this came from.
No store-bought?
Especially when you put some fucking rum in it. But
Yeah,
as
I
for
don't know.
McDonald's, I mean, they flavor their vanilla milkshakes with cane sugar. And I mean, dude, McDonald's, like, I'm not on your guys' stance on McDonald's is, but the last time I ate McDonald's, I threw up and it looked like the Krabby Mondays
Dude,
patties.
It's horrible. It makes me
Yeah,
sick
I don't
every
know why
time I try
anyone
it.
likes McDonald's anymore.
We started buying our dog this it's like this all beef, all natural kibble,
Okay.
and it smells like McDonald's like cooked McDonald's hamburgers. And now I can't disassociate the two things from each other anymore. So the thought of eating McDonald's makes me think of her food, and then I'm like, no, I can't eat it. I can't do it now.
This one time I was in high school, so I was cleaning out my butt. We were cleaning out my buddy's. He had like Chevy Blazer, like a 1980 something Chevy Blazer. It was like a piece of shit 2-door. So the back just ended up being like a trash can, dude. You couldn't see the floor. There was like this much trash in the back, and we're just cleaning it out. It was so nasty. And then we open up the back seat. We like raised the back bench seat to clean out from under there, and there was like a half of McDonald's cheeseburger and a half of a chicken sandwich or something.
But perfectly preserved.
Perfectly preserved. There's no telling how long they had been there because they were under so much trash. They had to have been there for maybe a year. And it looked like they had just gotten left there the next day. And I was like, that's just the most disgusting shit I've ever seen.
Not even moldy either, probably.
Not even moldy. There was not a piece.
Has
There was not
anti-biomatter in it.
That's
everything. The bread, the meat, everything
that
that was
must be
on
good
it.
for a nuclear bunker, though. Just put some McDonald's in there. You're fucking set for 100 years.
Yeah, that and Twinkies, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
But shit, Mike, throw something else. I'm going to do some more organizing. I got some more stuff for you, but I got questions all over the place. Too many people sent me stuff for Charlie, so.
Absolutely. Well, we got Hammerstein coming up right around the corner.
Yeah, right. Is that 122?
23. It's a
23,
Sunday.
that's the Sunday,
It's
the
a
23rd.
Sunday for GCW, which is
Sunday.
rare.
Yeah, the Hall of Fame is on the
legendary
22nd.
Hammerstein Ballroom sold out. Game changer wrestling.
Dude, you guys sold that building out in what, 2 days and some change?
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I actually bought my ticket, and I bought. So when I was buying mine, there was 4 tickets left on Ticketmaster. So I bought the fourth to last ticket, literally, that you could buy possible for that event. And I got on the floor. I got on the floor. I got on the floor for like face value. So I was like, that can't beat that shit. Because I was gonna wait and just figure it out, but when I saw that, I was like, I might not be able to get in. So I just went ahead and bought one. But yeah, that's a big deal. So let's talk about like what that means to you as a GCW wrestler to know that like you guys are. It's like the biggest wrestling event in this building and such a historic venue for wrestling over the years and of course the wrestling history. So what does that mean to you, man, as somebody that's been with this company and watched it grow and are kind of growing with it?
Yeah, the Game Changer Wrestling's been on a fucking run for a while now. They've been killing it everywhere they go. That's just proof of fucking dedication, work ethic, and the fucking just litness of the people behind Game Changer Wrestling and just the operation as a whole. Real outlaw shit all day. MDK.
It's somebody that I went through like ECW when it was coming through. I went to ECW shows in the 90s. I went to WrestlePalooza 98. So I was there when it was coming up and growing before it, fucking tailed off. And you guys remind me a lot of that feel, like the crowd, the atmosphere, and like even just some, hanging out with you guys in the locker room, just the brotherhood and the familyness of the locker room. Like it's very similar, it's very similar feel. And I love what you guys are doing, man. And I think that you guys are doing something really special. And I think this just solidifies that. Like, I mean, shit, dude, 2 days selling out that building. And I mean, look at the other companies that have come through there, and they haven't done that. And they haven't put that many people in seats there too. So you not only have you sold more tickets, you sold out the building faster too. So more seats it's amazing, man.
Yeah, I mean, the first time I went to a GCW show, like, you can feel, what's going on, the atmosphere. And Jordan always likes to say it's like the hip hop of pro wrestling right now. I went in there, I knew, like, this is the ultra violent underground, like the real shit.
And you've got a variety too. So there's some people that don't, that the death match and the violent, like ultra violent stuff's not for them, but you don't. And that there's a stigma that's what they're going to get when they go to GCW. And that's all it is. But you guys do such a good job. Get my cat out of the screen.
I mean, there's definitely people complaining there's not enough.
There's not enough. Yeah. So you get people that say it's not enough, and then you get people that think that just it is enough because you get enough for everybody. Because
they're not fucking psychos.
Yeah. There's enough. There's something for everybody on a GCW card, in my opinion. And that's one of the things I think that sets you guys aside from everybody else, and has really done wonders for your the momentum that you guys have too, is because you're able to draw so many different wrestling styles and viewer preferences into your product.
They perfectly encapsulate all the like good things that were late 90s ECW, and then also like that first five or so years of Ring of Honor. Like it's like those two worlds collided. You've got all this incredible wrestling. You totally have enough of the ultra violence to appease the hardcores that have that bloodthirst, but the quality and diversity of everything that you see in the ring is just, I don't think there's anyone that actually that does it this well.
Yeah. It's always a great show, man. I tell you what.
That being said, you're still early in your career, and you're as you're growing, you're involved with GCW now. That is also kind of a company that really, in terms of where the trajectory, you guys are kind of on the rise. You're still both on the way up, is what I'm trying to say, really. So how do you feel like thinking towards the future as you're with GCW and watching the company grow as you grow with it?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I can't predict the future, but I just try to stay ready. Like, I don't know. I'm always just trying to stay in shape. Eat healthy, get ready for the next opportunity to kill it.
So no vanilla milkshakes.
GCW's got a lot in its future. They're always pumping out, new areas and shows all across the country. Like, what's next?
Like Atlanta, you're tapped into that Atlanta market. That's where you're doing.
Especially like think about like without the pandemic, like where would GCW be now? Like they were doing tours,
right?
In
Yeah, that was a big speed bump in the company's progression and trajectory. So yeah, I mean they rebounded very well from that, and I think they did a better job than obviously a lot of companies have done coming back from the pandemic. I lost my train of thought, but so like, all right, so GCW does a good job of bringing in people like some old timers. Like we had Scotty Too Hotty, now we got Jeff Jarrett coming in. You called out AJ, but is there somebody that you from wrestling's past that you would love to see personally come in and maybe work a program with you and your son and brother? My dog's barking. Is there somebody that you would like to possibly come in and work with you guys that from some nostalgia, like a nostalgia pull, like Scotty Too Hotty or PCO or something like that? Is there somebody that's on your like dream match that you want to come work with you guys?
I know a guy who really wants me to wrestle Rhino, and I think I'm up for the challenge too. I thought I just want to wrestle all those fucking tough guys, that are big and thick, like fucking Taz. Get me in there with Taz, man. Fucking throw me in there with Hook too. We'll fucking bang each other up and throw each other around. But I'm wrestling past.
Rhino would be good. I like that. Yeah, something like Rhino, because like that's something we can manifest. You know what I mean? Maybe work that into being, because Rhino's going to be there this weekend, right? For are you going? Is it Detroit? I guess.
Yeah, Detroit 114 GCW Detroit.
So yeah, something like that. Other than a Rhino, who would you like to see maybe come in and work a program with you guys at Young, Dumb, and Broke, or just you personally alone?
The Godfather. I think that'd be really cool. Not even like just for the match, but just like honestly, yeah, that'd be fun.
That would be fun.
Get the Godfather in there.
That'd be fun. And like that's what that was. We were talking. Mike and I were during the last post show, the GCW one. Is that the pop with Joey and Scotty just doing the glasses bit before the match was one of the biggest of the night.
Just taking glasses out of his pocket.
Yeah, so like that with Godfather, like you said, would be just everything that would incorporate with the entrance and just all the like the non-actual wrestling involved in that would be just fun, you know. So I would love to see that too. Mike, what else you got, man? You got some other stuff for him here?
Well, kind of in the same vein, like, you know, with all these recognizable names from the past, and even really the present, like Ruby Soho, Eddie Kingston coming in. Is there, you know, when you're around people with this kind of experience, is there anything that you're kind of like watching them do, or, you know, even kind of picking their brain about? Or
I always try to watch guys like that matches for sure. Like there's definitely something to learn from watching dudes that like know the craft inside and out. They're just doing what they do. Especially Eddie Kingston. I love watching Eddie Kingston wrestle. You know, I was a blessing to be able to watch fucking Too Cold Scorpio wrestle as much as I do right now. And yeah, it was like hanging out with those guys too. You know,
that's what I was gonna say. Hanging out,
these dudes are cool. Like, you know, Eddie Kingston's in here for a 7-hour car ride. You know, and he's fucking having a good time with everyone. You know, like
that's awesome.
Like,
and I'm that's
Scorpio's such a nice guy too.
That's a good learning tree to have that GCW is giving for you young guys too, to bring in to just like kind of to learn from. You know what I mean? There's not just to see in the ring, but to sit there and talk to and to give some advice. And is there any advice that somebody's given you, some of these guys that come in, that's like resonates and sticks with you more than others? That's a tough one.
It's hard to remember like something specific.
Yeah, I mean, just or is there something that somebody said that's like, you know, just a piece of advice a wrestler's given you that like, just, you know, stuck with you that you kind of think about more than, you know, just regular stuff that you get told when you're talking. Like always, like when, like for example, Alex Clem, we were in the back of at the showboat or whatever. He came through and he was like, anybody got any wet naps? And nobody had any like wet wipes. And it was just like, you know, just like always bring wet wipes in your gear bag. Just something, listen, it can be something stupid like that you're like, now I always know that I pack this shit or I do this. Just, you know, just something like, it can be something like that's what kind of comes to mind to me is like, so now every time I go, because I actually thought I had them in my bag. They're always in my bag now, just so that if I'm ever hanging out with you guys, somebody asks like, bro, I got them. I've always got wet naps now, because that's just one of those things that stuck in my mind. It's like, how is there not a wrestler with wet naps in their bags so we can clean up right now? And I was like, fuck, I don't know how there's not. But no, something like that. Anything stupid or just kind of cheesy, corny, small like that sticks in your mind?
No,
not. Like, it's okay if not.
I can't remember who said it, but someone probably said like, "Yo, just keep it real." Like,
yeah, just be you, be real. Yeah. That's good advice for anybody, for anything, not just wrestling. Yeah. You know? But
yeah, Tommy fucking Tony Atlas. He has some banger advice. Yeah. I don't know if I want to repeat it on this podcast, but
okay. I mean, you can. I don't care. We'll say whatever, man. It doesn't matter.
Talks about some crazy stuff, dude. I don't think you want to hear it.
I know he does. Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah,
save that for after the record.
Yeah, that's definitely 100%. Yeah, Tony definitely will tell you some wild shit. And I like now that people are
Tony Atlas.
Yeah, Tony Atlas. That's what I'm saying. Oh man, what shit, Mike, you got anything else? I mean, we're getting about 30 minutes in. I'm kind of touched on a lot of my stuff. Do you have anything else we haven't talked about that you want to get to before we, get too far off topic?
I think we've exhausted all of my questions.
Well, let's see. Let me think of something else. The whole point of this is just talk about GCW and like we're talking about the growth and everything. But Hammerstein, is there anything that Hammerstein specifically means to you? We talked about the building, but like I know you hope that you'll be in there. I hope you're going to be there too. But even if you don't wrestle, like how does this? explain to me what this feels like for you as somebody that's part of this company. That's like, and you've gotten to this point. Like, what does this mean to you? Like, really? Like, what is this? How does this feel? How's this? This is a big moment, man. So tell me a little bit more about it from somebody that's there living it, and not just somebody that's just watching from the outside.
It's definitely a big milestone, in the path, game changer wrestling, as well as like my career too. Like being able to witness this, it just feels great, to be part of this, see where it goes from here. Like,
yeah, I compared it to like the run. I think it was on with Kevin Gill. We were tweeting about it in Mansour one day about this. I was talking to KG about it. This just reminds me of like that push ECW had to hitting pay-per-view at Barely Legal, and it was like everything leading up to it, because that moment was the moment that things were going to change for them. And I kind of see like that being this for you guys, because this is your biggest show and you'll have more people seeing this. And this is, where do you go from here? So this is like that moment that's like everything that's leading up to this, and it's just see where you go from here. And I'm really excited to see what you got coming up this weekend from the company and where we're going to be next week, and then what happens from there, man. So I really appreciate you doing this. Yeah, exactly. Just see where it takes you guys, man. And you're doing great, man. And like we talked about, I really wanted to have you on because I feel like one of the things Game Changer is really good at is solidifying young stars and people that
they definitely give young guys a platform.
They give a platform that nobody else does, and a chance to really see what the future of wrestling looks like before anybody else, is aware of who some people are. You're Nick Wayne, people like that, Billy Starks, and you guys too, because you guys, like I said, you're young, the youth of wrestling and your generation. Starboy Charlie, who hopefully he'll be back soon. We actually helped his benefit. We sponsored that. The KG did. I pitched in and helped with that, man. I'm a big fan of his work and everything you guys do. So yeah, man, I love what you guys do, man. And I'm really, I'm happy that I got to meet you and know you, man. So this is fun for me, man. I love this, this series, this idea. So thanks for doing this for us, man. And like I said, I'll see you in a couple of weeks, and we need to line up some more chops, man. Get your boys in for sure. But before we go, man, let's. Do you have anything else you want to push? I know we pushed your match. You got you said it was a three-way match with Everett Cross and
Unsanctioned Pro, Columbus, Ohio, at the Valleydale Ballroom. Go follow Unsanctioned Pro on Twitter, bro. You know what's up.
Yeah, and
fucking SRG Universe wrestling card game with all your wildest dreams. Plays guys like Epi, New Jack, and new cards coming soon. Young, Dumb, and Broke, myself, Ellis, and Jordan.
I think we interviewed those guys. Are they the ones that had the thing with like New South, and they did a thing up in Philly a couple weeks ago?
Yep.
Yeah, so we interviewed the guy that's Griff. I can't remember his last name. Griff something.
Yeah,
he's like Yeah, we interviewed him, and he's great, man. I love everything they do. I didn't realize you were part of that. That's awesome, man. That's a good tie-in too.
Coming soon, bro.
That's what he was talking about. So yeah, he was mentioning that. I didn't know you were part of that new release. That's fucking awesome, man. That's killer. Yeah, where can everybody find you on social media and stuff like that too? Push all your stuff, man. You got YouTube stuff, all that.
At Charlie Tiger _ Instagram at the Charlie Tiger _ I got a Facebook page, Charlie Tiger. Hit me up for bookings at charlietiger44@gmail.com. And if you want to buy my merch, I got some lit stuff. charlietiger.bigcartel.com. I don't know what else I got to plug, but
shit, man. And we'll tag you in this later, man. I appreciate you. Mike, tell everybody where we can find you, man, and what you've been up to, and keep us all posted on your stuff.
Monday to Friday, articles coming out on Bodyslam. I report live TV results for all of Raw, NXT, SmackDown. I do GCW post shows. So this weekend, looking to be live here again, talking about the show on Friday night, show on Saturday night, insane cards. I can't wait to talk about them. Speedball Bailey versus Tony Deppen. Holy shit!
Right. That's what I was asking. Like, what can we manifest? Because Tony just put the eye emojis in there, and then the match got signed a couple minutes later. So that's why I was like trying to see what we can manifest for you earlier, Charlie.
They even put the tweet out earlier in the day, and I'm just like, okay, he's got a few dates. We can get some good. We got some.
Yeah, so that's I forgot all about that. That's good stuff too this weekend. So yeah, we'll have that. I don't know if I will be on it because I might be out of town this weekend. I might be doing Terminus on Sunday in Atlanta, and I might do Zicky's thing Saturday. So it just depends on if I feel like going down there I got a lot of traveling, so I don't know. But we'll see. I might be on the post show with you. If not, it might be just be you guys again without me. So we'll see. Guys, we appreciate you doing this. You can find me right here at Casthole with 3 O's. Follow everything at Bodyslam Net on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. You can find us all there. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't done it yet. Give this video a thumbs up. Man, Charlie, appreciate you doing this, buddy.
Thank y'all.
Thanks again, man.
Thank you, Charlie.